And so most people right now, January the 6th, and you know, if you're out there right now and you made some goals December 31st, now it's January the 6th. The question is, what have you done? What have you done? And the answer for a lot of you is probably nothing. Right there with our friends on YouTube. We are live. Now, I'm going to figure this out. I got two devices, one going live into Facebook, one going live into YouTube. But I know there's a way that you could actually go live through one medium and just, distribute throughout all the different platforms. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We will try it. One thing that I will tell you, guaranteed, you will find these lives right here on YouTube. So YouTube, in Facebook land, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go to YouTube, Alfonso Quadra. Go to my channel directly and simply subscribe, hit the bell, get notified the next time I'm doing a video, because we have a really good one for you guys today, and we're going to talk about why resolutions suck. You heard me, why they suck, and what are the things that you can do to actually achieve the things that you want to achieve. Now, I'm going to have this nice little coffee here, a nice little sip here, courtesy of my friend, Real Estate Investor Dad. He sent me that, really nice, and of course, a nice little glass of water. I already see a few of you guys here. Comment in Facebook as well. Comment on YouTube. I see there's a few people on our live stream right now, and I see there's a few people watching. If you have questions as we go along, make sure you can put them in the comment section. If you want future videos, yeah, I see my man Mike Air Jr. What's going on, my man? So a lot of you here, I'm liking this. We're in Facebook land, we're in YouTube land. We're merging both together, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun this morning. We want to talk about why resolutions suck. I think resolutions suck because there's a lack of urgency in that resolution. And if they worked, you would see that, I'm going to just put a statistic out there. I don't even know if this is true, but I'm going to say that maybe 75% of the people out there. I would hope so. I would want them to do it. You would hope that 75% of the people out there, sit down at the end of the year and actually write down their goals, their New Year's resolutions. Here's the problem. The problem is the time that you allocate in order for you to execute these goals or these resolutions, things that you're going to do different. Now, what do I like about New Year's resolutions? Well, I love the fact that every single year it's a reset. It's like you can leave things behind, and you're almost starting fresh, right? And I think as a society, we have a global understanding, and we all subscribe to this concept, and I think it's a beautiful concept. The issue with it is the time. So if you were going to start today to run a marathon, you would take your time, right? You would take your time, and you would rest because you're going for the long term. But if you were going to run a sprint, you would be moving right away. And so there's a lack of urgency because you have this whole year to get all of these goals done. And so, there's nothing wrong with looking at a goal long term, but you need to break it down to bite-sized pieces, bite-sized, manageable pieces. So number one, you don't get overwhelmed, and number two, there's actually urgency built in because there's an activity that you need to do and you need to accomplish. And so most people right now, January the 6th, And you know, if you're out there right now and you made some goals December 31st, now it's January the 6th. The question is, what have you done? What have you done? And the answer for a lot of you is probably nothing, right? You just probably, because there's this like, we got a year, right? And even though if you were maybe highly motivated January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, it's like, then you're running out of steam, and what happens is, February happens, then March, then you're in spring break, then it's nice outside, now it's summer, now it's September. Oh, what about my goals? Well, you know what, we'll look at those in December and we'll make a New Year's resolutions. That's why New Year's resolutions suck, because the majority of the people cannot stick to their New Year's resolutions because they don't have a proper plan. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how to break down your goals into manageable pieces so you guys can go out there and execute. Whether you're building a business, whether you're employed and you want to be a top performer in your business or your job, or you're in real estate like I am and I need a high level of accountability because I got to execute. I have major goals that I want to achieve, and I got to execute. Now, the further you look into the future, the better it's going to be for you, right? Elon Musk has goals that are going to outlive him. He's got 100-year goals. But I'm asking you to look about 10 years into the future, 5 to 10 years into the future. Most people underestimate what they can accomplish. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year, but grossly underestimate what they can accomplish in 5. Because in 5 years, you can go through a full transformation as long as you're keeping yourself accountable. Now, instead of going New Year's to New Year's, I go quarter to quarter, and I break it down, and I hold myself accountable. Now, here's something that's important that you should keep in mind. Make sure that the goals are balanced, and you are not just focused on one particular goal. Should be on all different aspects of your life. Now, I'm going to show you how to break it down so you can manage your goals, keep yourself accountable, and be successful. Oh, I see a lot of people right now on YouTube. Thank you so much, guys. Just comment down below. I like to see where you're joining us from. In the Facebook group, guys, if you have questions regarding what we're talking about, I want to hear from you. I know there's a few of you here on live in the group. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. We are talking about how to execute goals and why resolutions suck. And resolutions suck. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. Why resolutions sucks. Resolutions suck because most people cannot accomplish what they're set to accomplish. And so it just becomes one of those things that they just do every year, but they never really take it seriously. But if you take it seriously, you can really be successful. I'm going to take another sip of my coffee. I got my water here ready. Always make sure you want to be hydrated. We are January the 6th here in Canada, and we are in a lockdown. If you can see, I haven't had a haircut for a long time. I'm alone here in the office, so I can come on do these lives with you guys, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to try to go into the Facebook group as much as possible, but if you guys out there in YouTube land, you want to subscribe, share this content, you will really enjoy it. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's get into it. Let me see if I can be on both cameras. Okay, good. Let me see if you can see that there. All right. So, let's talk about these goals and how this is going to work. I want you to have a long-term vision, but I want you to break it down into bite-sized pieces of things that you need to accomplish. And this could be any goal, right? So we start at the very top with your 10-year goal. Your 10-year goal. And this could be anything. And remember, I'm talking about balance, creating balance. So you You can have a variety of different goals in a variety of different categories in your life: health, wealth, finances, relationships, spirituality, social contribution. It's really up to you on the things that you want to work on. But I think you should work on all different categories of your life, so you're not just focused on one thing and the rest of your life it goes by the wayside. So we start off with our 10-year goal and we break it down, okay? Your 10-year goal, you're going to break it down to a 5-year goal. Now, what makes a good goal? A good goal should excite you and scare you at the same time. The biggest problem with a lot of you, and the biggest problem with some of these New Year's resolutions, is that the goals are too small. And so whatever the goal was, December 31st, I want you to double that, triple that, and make that, and think about a long-term goal. Whatever it is, the first time you write it down, it's probably, you're scared, but I want you to double whatever the goal is to get really scared, but it should also excite you at the same time. Then we're going to break it down into a 5-year goal. Okay? 5-year goal. And so we know what the target is in 10 years from now, but now we're going to break it down into a 5-year goal. Then from 5 years, I'm going to break it down to 12 months. What is my 12-month goal? What is my year goal? So 10 years, 5 years, 12 months. What am I going to accomplish at the end of the year? Okay? Now we go 3 months. What do I need to accomplish this quarter, this first quarter? Now, what I suggest for a lot of you, you have a quarter end review. Make sure you get some sort of a buddy. Use the buddy system for someone, and you can hold each other accountable. But you want to crunch these goals down to 3 months. What do you need to accomplish in 3 months from now? And for me, in my business, I'm looking at my business quarterly, right? I'm going to analyze the business quarterly. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to pivot if I have to. I'm not going to wait an entire year to realize that I'm not making money or I'm not moving forward in the things that I'm supposed to be moving forward in. And so every quarter I'm going to analyze, and I suggest that you celebrate, you create the environment and the feeling of a New Year's Eve exactly like you would in December 31st. So every quarter, celebrate. Celebrate all your successes, all your wins. Get together with that buddy that's helping you, achieve these goals, and then pivot, re-strategize, and set new goals for the next quarter. And so you move quarter to quarter to quarter. Now you're crunching the time, and you're creating the sense of urgency. And that's the most important thing that you can do, is create that sense of urgency. So you have your 3 months goal, and then we're going to break it down even further because we're going to go to 1 month. What do you got to do by the end of January to be on track to get to that first quarter? What do you got to do in the next 4 weeks in order to execute what you're doing in that first quarter? Then we're going to break it down even more. What do you got to do in the next 2 weeks? What are the things that you have to do in the next 2 weeks in order to accomplish what you need to accomplish in a month from now, to be on target with your goals in the first quarter, to be on target with your annual goal, and to be on target for the next 5 years of your life? Ultimately, to be at where you want to be 10 years from now. You have to have a bigger vision for yourself. And this can be extremely powerful. And lastly, after you understand what you got to accomplish in the next 2 weeks, what do you got to accomplish daily? Right? And we're going to go here today. What do you got to do? What's the action step that you need to take today to make sure that every single day, by the time 2 weeks comes, you accomplish your goals, and in a month from now, you are on target or beyond target, and by the end of the quarter, you've executed, because it's all about executions. Resolutions suck, my friends, because people cannot execute. And it's all about execution. It's all about actions. Goals are nothing without action, without feeling and creating urgency. The only way you're going to take real action is if there's urgency in your life. I want you to have a quarterly review. Sit down with your buddy, and find somebody that you can be accountable to. And so you have a quarterly review. I want you to have balance in these goals, and I want you to have fun with these goals, because it can be a lot of fun. Guys, thank you so much. I see there's a lot of you watching here on Facebook. Let me just see here. You got yes. There's Michael Jr.'s watching. We got a lot of people on the YouTube feed there. Man, this is fun. This is fun. It was a pleasure hanging out with you this morning. If you have questions, put them in the chat. Let me see. Oh, you're from Ottawa. Some of you guys are posting where you're coming from. Yeah, let us know where you're coming from as well in the comments below. If you want me to do future videos, let me know in the comment below what you want to learn about. What do you want me to come on here and talk about? I'm trying to do these daily. Sometimes I get caught up with work, with the other things that I have to do, because I have my own personal goals and my own personal my own personal goals that I need to execute on, and I don't want to fall behind, but I do want to bring you value. If you're just joining us on YouTube, let me see here. Paul says, can you make a video about achieving multiple goals? Yes, we're gonna get into that. I have a running list of all the things that I want to talk about. Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate you. He loves the content, by the way. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody on YouTube and everybody here in our Facebook group. You guys are amazing. I'm going to log off Facebook right now. We'll see you all at the top. And for my good friends on YouTube, you guys have been amazing this morning. Thank you so much for commenting. If you're watching this in the future, it doesn't really matter. Comment down below. Make sure you share this with your friends. Introduce them to this channel. I am going to bring you a lot of different content. You guys are amazing. Alfonso loves you, and we'll see you all at the top. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified the next time we're doing a video. And guess what? Like, share, dislike, I don't care! Let me see how that looks.